Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the wood. I'm glad you all could jump on my morning wood. It's going to be a long, hard, throbbing show today. Maybe not. Anyways, now it's just about next week. Make sure you guys check out next week. We got a bunch of people coming on. The 16th, we got Landon Noel, Vadim Newquest, and Brian. The 17th, we got Wizard of Calls. 18th, we've got Hellbent and Magog. And the 19th, we've got a chick named Soda. So, yeah, it's going to be a good week. Also, if you've got questions for anybody on the panel today, please wait until the end of the show. That's when we take Q&A. I will announce it. That's when we also take tips and new Patreons and all that good shit. And if you do happen to tip during the show, I will read your messages at the end of the show. So let's go ahead and introduce who we got. Today we got our first time here on the wood. A guy I met at VidCon. Very cool people. Reactor. How you doing, bud?
Hey, what's up? I'm doing well.
We're going to get more into you here in a minute. I'll find out more about you here in a minute. We're also joined by the lovely, beautiful Luna. How you doing?
All right. What's up?
You're supposed to say, I'm excited.
I'm always excited. So.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And, of course, we're joined by that Aussie redneck, Red Eye.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's night time here because, I'm insane and I get up to do this thing.
Well, it's like, what, 1 a.m. there?
Yes, 1 a.m. And it's
Shit.
fucking cold.
That's technically morning, so.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so fuck you.
Quit your bitching, Red Eye, you fucking pussy. Wait, what?
Yeah, anyways. Reactor, I met you at VidCon, but for the ones who don't know about you, what type of YouTube channel do you have, bro?
I don't know. It's kind of all over the place, but mostly I satirize YouTube. I kind of make fun of the community, maybe. I'll put it like that.
That's the best thing to do is make
Comedy.
fun of people. Satire is awesome, dude. I love it. I do a lot. Well, here lately I've been focusing mainly on the live stuff, but I do a lot of satire videos when I do videos. It was really crazy. Have you ever done a satirical video where it was so good they didn't get it with satire?
Yeah, definitely. When I started my channel, that was kind of the theme. No one understood what I was doing.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah.
Okay. So you wasn't like putting in an obvious joke in to make them know that it was satire.
Kind of what I was kind of going for is making the worst channel imaginable and showing that it worked, because reaction channels were very popular at the time and they were very low quality, low effort. And
except the Fine Bros.
Oh yeah, but I just started pumping out these horrible videos and my subscribers were growing. It was weird. Go. Yeah.
And you got a big reaction on Reddit or something, didn't you? One time, didn't you make the front page or some shit?
I've been on the front page a bunch of times. I kind of manipulate Reddit a lot, but yeah, there was a pretty big thing I did where I took over Reddit for like a day or two.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I made the front page once because of a video I did about fat people. But yeah. Yeah. You don't do when I first heard your name Reactor, I expected you to be sitting in front of and just talking about videos, but you do all kinds of shit, really though.
Well, that's kind of like what I go for, like to make fun of reaction channels.
Yeah.
I don't really focus on reaction channels anymore, but that was kind of like my thing though.
Your original, yeah.
Yeah, like making people think.
Now you're out of New York, right?
Yeah, I'm in New York right now. Yeah.
New York. So you like living there?
Nope.
No. Okay.
I'm from Chicago, but I just don't really like cities very much. Too crowded. You can't really do anything. You can't find a parking space, stuff like that.
I live in I live in like Redneckville. So people who say I don't like cities, once they move here, they're like, okay, I like the city.
I guess I like a balance.
Yeah, like an in between. That would be all right.
Yeah.
You can live like where Red lives, where there's nothing but fucking desert and scorpions.
not entirely accurate.
Where's
close
that?
Enough. East coast of Australia.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Their worms can kill you. Everything can kill you there.
I actually my newest video kind of talks about Australia, something I did with some fake news. Yeah.
There's an Australian VidCon happening in like a week or two or something like that. VidCon's doing a thing in Australia this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it's the first one.
If it is, they'll probably do it down south somewhere, and that's like 1,000 kilometers away. So I'm definitely not. And what's the point of me going there? I won't fucking know. I don't. The only other Australian YouTuber I know is Bearing, and I don't think he'll go because they keep fucking banning him.
I imagine there'll be a lot of American YouTubers over there too. But the thing about it is, though, if honestly, the actual convention sucks. It does. It really does. The cool shit is like what we did, like when we all hung out at parties and at the bars and stuff like that. That's where the good networking comes from. But that's what we were talking about with Magog the other day. The convention itself, it's really not worth it.
I mean, if you're not a YouTuber and you're trying to get into it, I feel like that could help. But for the most part,
if you already know what you're doing.
You're sitting there talking to people about what you already do.
So basically, it's about going in networking.
Yep.
And like meeting new connections, because in today's YouTube world, we talked about this with Jeff yesterday. YouTubers have to help each other because YouTube is not doing it. YouTube is fucking you over majorly.
If you're like a god of marketing, you probably wouldn't need anyone. But why? There's no reason not to, work together with people. So
exactly, man. And here lately, a lot of YouTubers have been like, shouting me out, helping me out and stuff. So I really appreciate them. And I do it for people who's got less subscribers than me, which I don't have a lot, but this channel is my secondary channel because I got suspended on my main channel for 3 months because of a certain product. 2 products, actually. One of them is legal tobacco, completely legal tobacco.
So you did the whole advertising for like what, CBD?
Well, no, okay, I'm just going to say it because it's kind of educational. There's a product called Kratom. You know what Kratom is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I had a sponsor through Kratom. I had a Kratom sponsor. Well, I had the link in my description. Well, YouTube deems it dangerous, so they suspended me for it.
My brother had to delete so many of his videos because of that. It was ridiculous.
And
not
then
Kratom, but
and then I had a video where I was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania back in January. We were sitting in my hotel room. We talked about going down. It was on a live stream. We talked about going downstairs and smoking a joint. I got suspended for that too.
Oh wow!
Yeah, didn't even have the marijuana. We just talked about it.
What state are you in right now?
I'm in Mississippi.
Oh, okay. But I mean,
was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for that video.
If you're in a legal country or a legal state, do you think you'd still get in trouble?
Yeah, because Kratom is legal.
Yeah,
it's legal. It's whatever they deem dangerous, and their little bylaws, their little terms of whatever. Red Eye went through it with a fine tooth comb. It's like so flip floppy and wish washy. You don't know what rules you break.
Yep. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's like, right, Red.
People getting strikes for 2-year-old videos that were totally abiding the rules 2 years ago. That's ridiculous.
And now that they dropped that $25 million for the news organizations.
Yeah.
Now, like let's say you go on YouTube and cover a story that's let's say Fox News covers. Well, Fox News can flag you for covering their story, and you can get in trouble.
Yep.
See how fucking ridiculous that is?
It's like, do they even need money to? They just don't want to be on YouTube. It's
like they're trying to actually kill what started YouTube, the content creator.
They don't need it anymore.
Yeah, no, they don't. I mean, you got people like Jeff said yesterday, like Philip DeFranco, right? May not be. I'm not a huge fan of Philly D, but this dude does a pretty good news podcast, independent, and now he's going to get in trouble, most likely.
Trouble for what? What do you mean?
For reporting what CBS does.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's just now we're all on thin ice. I mean, you can't talk about ISIS, but CNN can talk about ISIS. It makes no sense.
Logan Paul can't show a dead body in his thumbnail, but what was it? ABC can.
Yeah.
I found a thumbnail with someone took a picture of a car with like 2 dead heroin addicts in it. and that was ABC's thumbnail, the picture of them dead. Like, no problem. Like, man.
I think we should be able to, I think Luna right now should be able to stand up, show her vagina, and we shouldn't get any trouble.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I think we should. Fuck the little kids. I don't care about the little kids.
Maybe if, I mean, I would agree with having stuff like that. If
it's educational, right?
I mean,
yes,
like if you made it like 18 and older, maybe, and then put warning,
no. Them little bastards need to learn about pussy.
They got other websites for that, though.
Yeah.
I just want to point out, we shouldn't forget that YouTube actually put that certain video with the body swinging, and it was in the recommended fucking video feed for a day before the uproar went, and YouTube went, oh, whoops.
And I never had a problem with I thought, was it tasteless? Yeah, it was tasteless, but I didn't have a problem with it. But if you can have a swinging dead body in your video and be featured, and then you're gonna kick me off because I talk about smoking a joint, that's fucked up.
I mean, it's all messed up. I think I'm on Logan Paul's side on the whole controversy of him, what he did. I think maybe make it adult content, like flag it as a 18 and older, but for the most part, it's like,
oh, I've said it many times. Personally, I thought it was tasteless. I did. I'm not gonna. I think it was but do I think the kid should have been like fucking destroyed on YouTube? No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us do. But I do think it's a very, very hypocritical of YouTube to kick people off for smaller things when he did that. Right. That's. I mean, you got to figure out. You got to have a balance there, but they don't have a balance.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we're going to talk about, we can get off subject a little bit, but we're going to talk about some weird items that people have used doing murders. That's what we, and the first one is a banjo. In 1991, a 63-year-old man from West Milton, Ohio, bludgeoned his wife to death with a pair of banjos, according to the Baltimore Sun. Miami County Sheriff Deputy Charles said, "I've been an officer for 30 years, and that's the first time banjo killing I've ever seen."
Yep. What I picked up from that is the pair of banjos. Like, did he break one and had to get his other banjo?
That motherfucker was dual wielding banjos. That's what the college said. I've never seen a dual wielding banjo fucking murder before. I'm impressed. The fucking dexterity needed to swing two fucking banjos. You're a bit of a fucking warrior at this point. Are you Conan or related to Conan?
And he was 63 years old, by the way.
Yeah, fucking related to Conan for shizzle.
Disappointed. That's Hercules, but anyway.
Close enough, man.
But even if he didn't have like swinging them twice, but like it means if he was beating the woman to death with one, broke it, and picked up another.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
Or he was dual wielding. I like
dual
that idea. I like to imagine that.
Yeah, Red Eye wants to imagine him dual wielding.
You know what I think he did? I reckon he's just put them fucking back to back and taped them together and started just wielding it like a fucking battle axe. Like, fuck yeah. That's the picture I've got in my mind, is this old coot just fucking, I'm going to get this old woman. She's been driving me insane for years. Me and my banjos, we're gonna get some justice. Okay,
I know you have, Red. I don't know if you guys have seen a banjo. Banjos are kind of flimsy instruments.
No, they're not actually. No. You think you know what a snare? Picture a snare drum.
It is a snare drum, basically.
Yeah, it's a steel rim snare drum with a fucking piece of wood hanging off it. It's a lot better than an acoustic guitar. You could fuck someone up with a banjo.
Well, you can fuck them up with anything, but yeah. But okay, maybe I've seen several of them, but I just kind of figured they were kind of flimsy. But whatever.
Well, El Kabong used to use ukuleles and shit. They're flimsy as fuck. Like I've smashed several guitars, like electric and acoustic. Acoustics just go. Electrics take one or two, but I reckon that steel body of the banjo, you could just keep belting a person until they were quite dead. And apparently, this man did.
Yeah.
Oh, this next one is fucked up.
What?
In 2007, China Arnold, a woman from Dayton, Ohio, was charged with the murder of her infant child by burning the baby to death in her microwave.
Wow.
Oh.
She killed the baby in the microwave after arguing about whether or not her boyfriend was the child's father.
What the fuck does that have to do with it? Oh my god.
That's
Sadistic bitch.
crazy. She was definitely
Oh man,
had some sort of imbalance.
And I know I'm morbid as fuck, and it's sad. I hate them, but I wonder how long it took to kill the baby in the like what setting.
I don't know.
I mean, I think
That's a
about
horrible
things like
death.
was it like popcorn
Wouldn't be
mode or
instant.
what? I don't know.
Probably like the
Wouldn't be
turkey
instant.
setting.
It would have been instant. You say, Red?
No. It would not have been instant. It would have taken
It took a while, wouldn't it?
period of time. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be instant because
Maybe
it's
40 seconds on power setting 10 or whatever.
yeah, it's going to
I
take
would
a little
imagine.
while, and the child is going to fucking feel immense pain.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's like being in a nuclear detonation, probably.
Well, you just boiled. It's just
Yeah.
exciting that the molecules and rapidly bashing them together so they heat up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just oh man, that's
What's
awful.
that? The chick is like in jail forever. Like,
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm gonna tell you. This is off the kind of off the topic, but it's still about a murder. I went to high school with this girl, but years later, after she had her kid, she got mad because the baby wouldn't stop crying, so she boiled the baby.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Babies cry.
Because putting a baby in boiling water is going to make it stop crying.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
The cop man that found that got there today, it is bad. They said they went to pick the baby up and the meat just fell off the baby.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I don't think that had anything to do with stopping it from crying.
oh no, she's just crazy bitch.
Yeah.
Just a crazy bitch. And you know, I'm sorry to bring that up, but that happened.
The comment I've got is this: in some places you have to get a license to get a fucking pet dog, but have a fucking human baby.
Yeah.
Have at it.
The next one, just the title alone gets me. Pumpernickel bread. Somebody killed somebody with some pumpernickel bread. Which is my favorite bread, by the way.
I like this.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, is pumpernickel like a hard type of bread or something?
It's like a dark. I'll show you a picture of it. It's a dark bread. It's very good. It's really good with like some sweet butter. But yeah, you cut that shit open.
Pumpernickel.
Yeah. But anyways, it says 1988. A man with the most English name ever, Reginald Hemsley Dottingale, was found dead with a massive lump on the back of his head. The murder weapon was believed to be a piece of pumpernickel bread that was lying near the body. An investigator from Scotland Yard was quoted to say, "Worst case of pumpernickeling I have ever seen."
Are you sure that's real?
That's what I'm thinking. As soon as that sounds more kind of like a.
That has got to be some very solid bread to be a murder weapon.
But you know, bread can get really brick hard if you like let it set long enough. But that they
still.
really are, yeah.
No,
It'll have no
I'm-
weight.
I'm going to call shenanigans on this one, and I'm going to grab me broom, and I'll meet you outside. We'll go and sort this out the old school way.
But now you could have baked it around a brick gridiron.
Yeah.
Yeah, jump rope. Next one's a jump rope murder. In 2007, a 5-year-old girl named Monique Fulham was found raped, strangled, and hanging in her bedroom closet by a jump rope. Investigators found that neither the girl's mother or her grandma were home, and her 70-year-old babysitter said there were no men in the apartment at the time. The crime remains unsolved. Wow.
Well, her babysitter was in the.
Yeah, the babysitter said the 70-year-old babysitter said there was no men in the apartment at the time, so she had something to do with it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. How old was it? How old was she?
The baby was 5 years old,
Oh God.
and
Yeah.
she was raped and strangled in her bedroom. Yeah, man, that's fucking.
Yeah.
I'd like to, for whoever did, I'd like to be in a room with them for 5 minutes.
Same.
Yeah.
I wouldn't need 5 minutes. How long does it take to to pull the hammer back on a 44 Magnum and place it on at the
Oh,
back of their fucking skull where the spine and the skull meet. So you just sever the two and just walk away before the body hits the fucking floor.
Yeah, I want the enjoyment of beating them up though.
Yeah, I'm incredibly lazy because like I'm in my middle age and it's just like I like a clean efficiency. It's just like click, pop, walk.
Toilet lid. Now this is how I would kill Red, with a toilet lid, because he's full of shit. In 2008, a 49-year-old pizza delivery man was convicted of murdering a 29-year-old woman with the lid to her toilet. After using a stun gun to tase her into submission and rape her, he admitted to bashing her head but refused claims that he choked her with a dog collar, insisting that he used to drag the body to a nearby creek.
The fuck?
Yeah, he's a sick son of a bitch is what he is. Beat her to death with a toilet lid. What I'm thinking, that must have been, okay, toilet lid. Now, I can see the top of the tank, right? The lid, yeah. But
heavy
the toilet,
porcelain, whatever it is.
Yeah,
some of the heavy porcelain lids, maybe. And they will fuck you up, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the lid they're referring to.
Yeah, the thin edge of it, if you grabbed it and brought it down on the thin edge, there's going to be a nice little impact point, and it's just going to impact a lot of force onto that skull. And
wow, I mean, yeah, if he used that tank lid, it wouldn't take but one good shot. I mean, that's especially if her head was as small as Luna's, because Luna's head is like a little raisin.
Oh no! Don't kill me with the toilet.
I'd be there all day. My toilet's like the tank's plastic, the fucking top of the lid's plastic, the seat's plastic. The only fucking old school bit's just the actual bowl itself. So it's like if I pulled the tank, I'd be smacking them with like a fucking, I don't know. It's not going to hurt them very. It may annoy them and vex them slightly.
Yeah, that's why you get like the squishy kind.
Yeah,
the really soft kind.
The soft felt.
That's my shit. Yeah, because the other ones, I go to the bathroom like in the middle of the night and I sit on the toilet and I'm like, like in the winter time because it's like freezing.
Have you ever sat, which most people have, I guess, at one point, sat down on the toilet when the lid was up?
Yes, I felt
it feels so fucking gross, dude. For some reason, when you touch that, you're like, oh my God. You know what else is funny? I don't know why this is so fucking horrible, but like when you're taking a shit and the water splashes back, hits you on the ass, you're just like, I get creeped out when that happens. I'm like, oh my God.
I'm like, do I jump in the shower now?
Got bit of poop water in your butthole. Oh
no. Poop soup. Sweatpants. Somebody got murdered with sweatpants. A man in Jacksonville, Florida was found guilty of strangling Patricia Ann McCullen in 2006 with a pair of sweatpants. The man choked Patricia so hard that the blood vessels in her eyes burst, leaving DNA all over the sweatpants.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking hate, man.
Well, it don't actually. When you're choking somebody, they're like this anyway, right? So they're straining. So it would be easy to bust the blood vessels in your eyes.
Yep.
I mean,
it wouldn't take like a lot of force to do that.
Well, it takes force to choke you, but for your eyes to bust, not really.
I guess if he like wrapped the pants or like around her neck and went like opposite directions.
Well, really,
like
it isn't the pants that's actually busting the eyeballs. It's that, because she's choking so hard, she's straining, it busts the blood.
I remember a few months back, boss, when I was blowing my nose because I had a blocked nose, and I fucking woke up the next day and it looked like I'd been shot in the eye, and I freaked the fuck out and visited the doctor and just sneeze really hard, blow your nose, maybe play a trumpet or something. I went, I was blowing my nose really hard. I went, you basically burst a few blood vessels in the back of your eye. He says, it's going to hurt like fuck for about a month. Enjoy. Went,
yeah, exactly what Brian said. You can pop your eyes out if you cough too hard. The blood vessels burst when you strain. Yes, that's right, Raisin. There was a football player, who sneezed and broke his rib one time. It's funny how the body works, man. So how big is your dick, Reactor? A crucifix.
Come on, they did that 2,000 years ago. Well, let's go and talk to Jeebus. He was there.
There's another. Well, this happened in 2011. A 45-year-old Irish woman named Karen Walsh was given 20 years in prison for sexually assaulting and beating an 81-year-old woman to death with a crucifix on Christmas Day.
Wow.
Whoa.
What?
The elderly woman also suffered 15 broken ribs during the attack. The court alleged that Walsh molested the elderly woman after beating her to death to make it look like someone broke into the house. What the fuck?
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. Imagine what was going through her head. Like, uh-oh, I killed her. I need to molest her now so that nobody knows it was me. Like,
he just like steal some of her shit or something.
Because they never expect a woman to do the rape, right?
It's just basically thought, I want to try and frame some poor guy by making it look like she was fucking raped. Yeah, this is gonna be fucking great.
But that is so. Now, see, I know that we're all important. Everybody's important in a way. But if you're fucking with children and old people, you are sorry son of a bitch. It just really pisses. I mean, because those are the two most innocent of us. Those two types of people. Because old people can't defend themselves that well. Kids can't, and it just really fucking irritates me when I read shit like this. And this is a comedy show, by the way. I usually make jokes, but it's hard for me to make a joke about that one.
You can't really make jokes about this unless you want to end your career.
Yeah. Anyways, a guitar string. We're gonna get off after we read a couple of these. We're gonna start talking about some other stuff, but we'll also get back to this. But anyways, I want to talk about this one first. The guitar string, Red. That's your alley. James Paul Harris was accused of the murder of 49-year-old James Garrity in 2011. According to pretrial testimony, Harris first shot Garrity in the stomach before torturing him for 2 days and cutting off his head with a guitar string. Witnesses testified that Harris kept Garrity's head and spoke to it, and the allegedly he kept the head and spoke to it.
Yeah,
he was crazy.
Oh my God.
A guitar string can take, what is it? I think fucking round. A thick string can take up near 100 pounds of pressure or something. Attention, sorry. And you can hold that thing, and if you wrap it around a bit of, like, say you got a handle on each, and you could put all your body weight and lean on it, and that thing's just going to saw through someone's fucking head. It's going to be horrific.
Can't you use a piano string too for it?
Oh
yeah.
Piano, just about any string instrument with the steel. Because guitar strings too, if they're wound, it's kind of like there's a bit of a serration, so it'll help you saw through a bit of bone too.
And Red's a guitarist, so that's.
I would have assumed it was like the lower strings, the more the thinner ones. I don't know, sawing. Oh God,
a thin string. A D string would just go through you like a blade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good idea. Thanks, boss.
Well, I'm trying to think of something.
Strings in the car.
I'm trying to think of something unusual I could use for a murder. That's what we should do. We should all come up. We should all come up. Right now, we should all think of something unusual that we could use for a murder. What would you use, Luna? That's unusual that you would normally use for a murder. What would you use?
You know what I'm gonna say.
Say it.
My vagina.
Your vagina. That's Kegel strong right there, girl. So how the hell would you use your? Well, that's been used a lot for murders, actually. But anyways, how would you use your vagina for murder? Would you smother me to death with it?
I could get someone a heart attack.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think you're supposed to like not go a certain amount of hours.
Yeah.
Maybe like 5 or 6 hours.
Be like that movie Teeth, where your vagina's got teeth.
Oh,
That's
that's
the
too.
weirdest
They
movie.
couldn't get out, whatever, because you know
It is
my
horrible. I finally watched it to
Like
see what it was
chronic
about. It is horrible. And by the way, I finally watched The Last Jedi on Netflix. That movie's goddamn piece of shit.
Yeah.
And anybody who said, I agree with Galen Halcyon 100%. That movie is the lousiest goddamn thing. It's so horrible.
They made it for the wrong audience, and they don't want to admit it. Like that's what it comes down to. I think.
seen you arguing about that on Twitter yesterday.
Yeah.
That's one reason I brought it up. But I watched it, and I was like, what the fuck, dude?
It's like a slow speed chase.
Yeah,
it's just so many holes. It just
It's and what they did to Luke, that makes no sense.
And the drinking the milk part.
Yeah. I think they have to add comedy, but that was kind of silly. But how they got rid of Luke though in the what is that? And the fucking angel scene with Leia going through space. What the fuck was that?
Or something, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, that was just so stupid. Oh man, it was shit. And I actually went into I'm not gonna because people thought I'd go into because I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but however I don't hate them. I'll watch them and enjoy it. And Galen, who's really popular here, he hated it, and a lot of people like Galen just going too far with it. No, he didn't go too far with it. He was right. That movie sucked.
I mean, people are upset, and it's like that they shouldn't be. I don't know. It's like. They messed up and they don't want to admit that they were wrong, so they're trying to say that everyone that hates the movie is just a misogynist now or something.
It just wasn't good. And I tell you what, Red, you know how much I hate the movie Bright on Netflix. Bright's better than The Last Jedi.
Bright. I didn't hate Bright.
I hated Bright. I thought it was
I loved it.
But I loved it.
I didn't love it. I hate it, but it's better than Last Jedi.
Well, I really liked old mate's portrayal of the cop in there, like the way he had he's mowing that. He actually portrayed it like a gritty cop, but it's thrown in the middle of this whole thing with the magical room. It's nearly like fucking World of Warcraft. There's fucking orcs and or whatever they're called, and the elves and magic, and I really enjoyed that movie a lot.
Wow. Well, that's how to kill somebody right there, is to let them watch Last Jedi. That's
you mean forever? Put them in a chair with their eyes taped open?
They'll eventually die.
They'll kill themselves.
Yeah. I just didn't get what they were going for. It just wasn't good. It just wasn't good. But anyways, I kind of digressed on that because it's a piece of shit movie, and I don't give a fuck what Evan LaFavre. I love Evan, but Evan's wrong. That's not a great movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, some people like it, and everyone has their own taste. But if they already don't, don't get mad at the people who don't like it.
Yeah, they're more than welcome to enjoy it. But you're right. People get some hardcore fans get really mad at you if you say it sucked. Yeah. Well, I don't care. It sucked. It was a pile of shit.
It could have been better. The expectations were higher. That's what it was.
Yeah.
It's like video games. They hype up these video games, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, they're actually making the best video game ever." And then it comes out, it's like, "Oh, they were exaggerating and lying." And
and every big scene that was in the movie wasn't good. I mean, the killing of Snoke, that sucked. How they killed Snoke, that sucked. I didn't like that. It was dumb.
Yeah.
But anyways,
lots of disappointment.
There's lots of disappointment in that movie. Exactly. Anyways, Red Eye, what would you use? Weird item to kill somebody? Would you use Linda's vagina too?
No, I would go with train a rabid giraffe to fucking do it. A cyborg rabid giraffe. With freaking laser beams for eyes and shit, the whole thing.
I'm glad you was realistic with this shit.
Yeah, well, Come on. Cyborgs are real. Lasers are real. There's giraffes. It's a feasible plan.
It's a feasible plan. Okay. Well, what about you, Reactor? How would you? What weird item would you use? I already got mine, so I'm gonna say it in a minute.
I don't want this video to be used in like a future trial against me or anything. But I always thought, and I love animals, but if someone was really evil, they could easily train dogs to kill, and then dogs aren't rats, so even if they catch the dog, you're kind of disconnected.
Yeah,
it's a pretty crazy murder weapon.
Okay, good. I would drown someone in vanilla pudding. A big giant tub of vanilla pudding. I'd drown them in it.
How big?
Yeah.
Can I change mine then?
Let's get fucking. How big? We talking Olympic pool sized fucking.
Yeah. Enough to immerse the body into the vanilla pudding and put my foot on when I can't get out.
I would go for at least a backyard sized pool full.
Yeah.
A bathtub. Just hold them down.
Yeah, and I don't believe in heaven and hell, but that would be a fucked up thing. You get up to heaven, sitting there with your boys. How'd you die? In vanilla pudding.
Not even that. The autopsy. Like, yep, his lungs are full of pudding.
I learned
that'd be strange until like
it was an eating accident, I guess.
Lerna says she typed in the side chat. She wanted to change her to drowning people with her vagina juice.
Wow.
Okay, first though, here's the thing: you have to have a big pool, and god damn, it take you forever to fill it up.
No, not.
Oh, you're a squirter, okay?
Wow. You can call in some backup. I know a person.
Yeah, I know a person who can break keyboards.
Hey, John.
Oh, man, I went there. Yeah. So I was looking. Just snap down and keep the blood in their erection. Somebody's gonna keep what?
What?
I just read that in the chat room. I'm reading it out of context. I'm sure. I just read just snap down and keep the blood in the erection.
There
you go.
Well, more ideas. Thanks. I got that.
But yeah, there's a lot of cool. What is your coolest? Your most favorite murder scene in a movie?
Oh,
I know mine. I'll tell you mine straight. Well, y'all can think about it. I'll talk about mine. Mine is in Nightmare on Elm Street 3, where he picks the bitch up, puts her in the TV. Welcome to prime time, bitch. That's my favorite of all time.
That wasn't bad. I haven't seen this one, but I was told about it by a friend, and it was a scene where someone was basically they were getting killed, and the way they murdered them was they got a steel bucket and a rat.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Got the rat and went drop in the bucket, and then they hold the bucket up against the person, and then they start to heat the end of the bucket. And heat
what movie is this?
I can't remember it, but all I know is that the rat has only one place to go.
Was it Snatch?
I can't remember. It's so long ago, but all I got told was at the end of this scene, the rat burrows its way through the person to get away from the heat, and they die a fucking horrible death because the rat has to chew and tear its way through them.
So I say, isn't that from Game of Thrones?
Is it?
Nah, this is like I heard
I've
about
seen
it.
Snatch, and I don't remember that
Snatch.
scene. Really, I don't remember that scene.
I have not seen the movie myself. I got a few friends told me about it. I'm talking a decade, 2 decades ago. They told me about this, so it was out a while ago, and it just sounded like a fucking brutal way to die.
Mm-hmm.
But I quickly want to turn this one. Here's my personal preference. If I was going to fuck someone up the most horrible way possible, have you ever seen the way they make surf skis in a mold? They pour in a little bucket. It's about a liter or half a gallon of one liquid, and then they add a little bit more liquid, and they stir it up, and you've only got a minute or two to get it inside the mold, because this little tiny bucket will expand into 8 feet of foam. And if you really wanted to brutalize someone, mix a little bit up and pour it down their throat, and then stand the fuck back.
Okay, cool.
Or like the inflatable foam.
They're saying in the chat room that scene has been done in a lot of movies and shows, and it was done on Game of Thrones, but they're saying it was not done on Snatch.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay, I haven't seen an episode of Game of Thrones. Yes, I'm one of those weirdos.
So what about you, Reactor? You have a favorite movie murder scene?
Yeah, I don't really care for exotic murders, but I love the movie Lucky Number 11. I like revenge murder. You know, like those are probably my favorite types of murder scenes. You know.
Okay. Luna, I've got several.
Yeah, because I was thinking about like the Saw movies, because I love all of them. They're
Saw
hilarious.
had some creative murders.
Oh yeah,
they're funny to me. I'm like,
well, I'll tell you now, Friday the 13th always had pretty creative kills. Yeah. And yeah, which one was it? I think it was it Halloween where Johnny Depp got killed?
that was Nightmare.
That was Nightmare. Yeah, Nightmare. Yeah, it was a Nightmare movie. Yeah.
Because the bed.
Yeah. That was
crazy. That just scared the fuck out of me.
And there was also a movie, and I don't remember which one it was, where the person got dragged into the waterbed or something. And was that on Nightmare?
Yeah, wasn't that him?
It might have been him. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of really cool. Somebody said Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels had it. Oh, talking about the rat thing. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Saw movies had a bunch of creative kills. Well, that's what, like he said, that was what the movie was based on, was being having creative kills. But yeah, I think some of those, especially the modern day horror movies, go too far sometimes, and it's not. I can suspend reality and watch a movie, but I also want to feel like that. Okay, that can really happen, especially when someone is doing it. When it's a monster or something like that, it's understandable, right? But like when the dude Saul wasn't a monster, he was a real person. So I mean, I want it to be like realistic murders, but that's my own little deal.
Yeah.
Do anybody agree or not disagree?
No, I agree. I'm not a huge. I haven't seen any of the Saw movies. I've heard about things on not my cup of tea.
There's a lot of those movies. I've only seen like 3 of them, but there's like 57,000 of them.
Yeah, it's like part 5 or something.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they do that with movies. It's the same thing with Star Wars. They're given overkill. And now I think they got a Star Wars movie for every year now for the next few years. That's just overkill.
Yep.
And it's going to ruin like real fans of Star Wars. Like you cannot get a bigger fan of Star Wars than I know than Galen Halcyon, and it's kind of killing the fandom for him because they're we become fans of things for a reason because if you start to water it down and make it look stupid, it's just not fun anymore.
That's right.
So I mean, Marvel gets away with a lot of movies, but
yeah,
they are different stories and characters, for the most part.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, now see, I'm not a big. I wasn't ever big on comic books stuff like that, but I do like a lot of the Marvel movies. But my favorite is the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Love those fucking movies. Do you think the sequel was a good sequel?
Yes. It was
cool. I thought it held up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I liked it.
Yeah, I was afraid they were gonna like hurt it with a sequel, but they did good. Now I have not got to see the new sequel to what's that the dude that cusses, the comic book hero that cusses a lot.
Deadpool.
I have not get to see the sequel to that. Was that anybody here seen it?
Yeah, I saw it. It was good.
Was it good? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a satirical Marvel movie, and it's
yeah. The first one was awesome.
Yeah.
I love the first one. And you see, I pick little things. When I watch movies, it isn't the big kills or the big fights. Like my favorite part is when he's sitting on the bridge, and singing "Shoot, Shoot." I just thought that was so fucking funny. But that's just me. I'm weird.
Yeah, I like the line. Oh, you went with the brown pants. Good choice.
Yeah.
It's like, and here's a really interesting thing about that movie. I think it was about 70% of that movie, all of the fight scenes were actually CGI. So that whole thing driving along on all the bridge, there's no cars. That's all done in the computer, and basically they work around it. And it's fucking amazing because when I first saw that scene, I couldn't believe that what I was watching was done on a server farm. It looks photorealistic. It was fucking really well done. So the effects team really nailed it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good stuff. Good stuff. Any new movies coming out that you really got to go see?
No, I think they're already out, aren't they? I mean, I just went and saw Ant-Man, and
was that good?
I'd give it like 7 out of 10.
Because I really like Paul Rudd.
I don't mind watching movies that aren't spectacular as long as they're not horrible. You know, they're like just entertaining and something to do with your time. But yeah, I liked it.
His name Paul Rudd. I really like him. He's a good actor, and I enjoy him. But isn't he the one playing Ant-Man?
Yeah, he's Ant-Man.
Yeah, I was wondering how he was going to do in this movie.
Well, he was in the first one already, so
yeah. So I didn't see the first one.
Oh yeah, yeah. You should check them out.
I haven't seen any of them. And I was just wondering how, because that's a different role that he usually plays.
Yeah.
And so he usually plays like the goofy character, which this is goofy, I guess, but
yeah, like just a regular guy.
Yeah.
Kind of comedy style.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of similar, except now he's got CGI and superpowers.
That's cool. That's cool. By the way, if you want to tip, which the show really needs, it's how we pay bills. You can do it through links in the description or mods or share, and I will read your messages at the end of the show. And you can also ask questions for anybody on the panel. What was what you brought up before the show? And I said I would talk about it.
Oh, the whole Papa John's thing.
Yeah. Okay. Can you kind of feed us into what was going on with it?
Papa John was on a conference call, or what's his name? Something Shimmer or something. I don't know. John maybe. But he was on a conference call trying to, and the focus of the call was how to distance their company from neo-Nazis. And then somewhere in the call, he was talking about how he got flack for the NFL comments or something. And I don't really remember what those comments were, but
something about the
but then he brought up that Colonel Sanders, the mascot of KFC, called black people the N-word, but he actually said the N-word during the call. Yeah. So that's what everyone's outraged about. But my problem with that is that he was trying to fight Nazis. He was trying to get his company away from racism.
He was speaking against racism.
He was calling out KFC for being racist. And I feel like the context matters. And then ignoring it.
How dare you try and put something in context on the internet? The moral fucking outraged and the weaponized autism will then look silly, wouldn't it?
But I just feel bad because I don't know the guy, and he is probably a billionaire or something. Yeah, so he'll be okay. But he built this company, with his own two hands. He had to step down as CEO because of the NFL comments, and now he steps down from the entire board. He's not in the company at all, and it's kind of wrong for someone who's trying to fight racism, meeting. Like, why are you taking everything away from him? He's on your side. Don't hurt him.
That's the way that this social justice Fifi crowd, hurt my Fifi crowd is that, they don't take in context. They don't care. They're so blinded by their agenda. They're so tunnel visioned by their agenda that any word that they don't like, they're going to try to destroy you. Now, the dude from Papa John's a good guy. I have no fucking clue. I have no clue. But it doesn't matter if he's a good guy or not. Somebody said, well, he's not a good man for other reasons. I don't care. For this situation, he wasn't wrong.
Like, my main issue with this is that a guy was actively trying to fight racism, and now he's an enemy of anti-racists now or something. Like you have to come together to fight racism. You can't attack each other,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's crazy. And then I also seen on Twitter where people said, let's boycott Papa John's. Okay, first off, just like the thing with the Roseanne deal, the Roseanne show, right? You're not taking it in context of all the people that work at Papa John's. If you're boycotting them and stuff like that, it hurts these minimum wage workers that are fucking there, a mother that's got kids trying to, work and try to feed her. You're fucking with her job. You know, it's like when the Roseanne show, when everybody wanted Roseanne's show canceled. There was hundreds of other people that got affected, not just Roseanne.
I feel like a lot of the time people just want to see if they can affect something way bigger than them. You know, like can we get the Roseanne show terminated? Let's see. That would be amazing if we had that reach. You know, I mean, and it is kind of.
They should boycott because there's totally not any African Americans working at Papa John's delivering their fucking pizzas. But nah, the odds of that'd be of course not. Fucking hell.
Exactly. And you know, luckily I think they're picking up the Roseanne show, right? With the Arnold family.
They are.
Yeah, which is good. I think that's cool. But you know, they punish so many people because of one person's actions, which what she said, she still has a right to say. Even if it was bad or not, she still had a right to say it. But this dude his actual comment was against racism. And he still gets called a racist.
I mean, maybe he shouldn't have said the word. You know, he could have
bullshit.
But yeah, he didn't think that he would get in trouble maybe for using it in that context.
See, that's the thing. You know, here's the problem. We give that word way too much fucking power.
Yeah.
If he announced, like, when it got up this morning, went right, and he just jumped on Twitter and I am now putting a surcharge on all Papa John's pizzas of 35% if you're African American, because I think everyone that's not black is better than you, and you should pay more for my pizza. Then I'd understand let's take him down the road and chop him up into little pieces and feed him to the fucking fishes. But he's like it's been said, he was actually trying to find a way to combat it. His choice of words in the company that he was with, he probably should have thought better of it. I'll acknowledge that and go, yeah, that's one for. But it's not a reason to make him step down from his position from a company that he started, because it's his fucking baby. Come on.
But back here, in context, he was saying that Colonel Sanders said the word nigger. I'll say it.
Why doesn't anyone care about KFC right now? Why isn't KFC the issue here? You know?
Yeah, good point.
I mean, I'll say it right. I'll say it right now. The man, this is basically how he said. Colonel Sanders said nigger. Okay, I just said it. Am I a racist because I said it? Hell no. It's the context of what I said.
But let's be fair. There's people out there, and I'm going to use the S word, fucking snowflakes. Yeah. And I'm talking not just black, but there's white people out there that fucking just lose their shit if you fucking drop that word. You're just saying, look, it's okay for me to say the N word in context of a conversation. It's not okay for me to walk up to a African American and go, I'm better than you because my skin color's white and yours is black. That's fucking racist.
Or even to say it to someone's face, you know, it's like that's horrible. Yeah.
And it is usually fucking little white girls that get pissed off. I'll tell you what happened to me. Luna was there. I went to this stream, right, where the people wasn't really normally my type of crowd, goofy and nothing like that. They were more serious type people. Well, I started making racial jokes, and all the white people looked like they were just scared to death. And Luna's little black ass sitting over laughing her ass off.
It's funny.
Context matters.
Exactly. And it's all about what is being said and how, like, if a person says something a little bit edgy in a joke, it shouldn't be taken so seriously.
That's kind of something I kind of believe is there shouldn't be anything wrong with making fun of racism. You know,
no.
I mean, that's how you can combat it. You know, you have to, because the only reason there are racist jokes, in my opinion, well, I mean, I know there are racists who use them, but you're making fun of racists. You know,
you're making the racist people look stupid. I did a video. Yeah, it's like, okay, this ain't about racism, but I did a video called Trump is Jesus, right? It's a satirical video. I had banjo music in the background. I had camouflage on. I had American flag. At the end of the video, I had bloopers where I fucked up. But here's the deal. This website called World Hip Hop Report, not World Star Hip Hop, but World Hip Hop Report, got a hold of the video and said I was a racist and threw it out there. And like it went viral because of that shit. And it was like, did you watch the fucking video? I mean, at the end, they said I was a racist and stupid. And I'm like, what the fuck?
And they probably didn't even watch. They probably watched like 1 minute or even
there was
if that.
At the end of the video.
Yeah, they didn't see any of that shit. They were like, oh shit. And then they just like turned it off.
there used to be this show on when I was growing up, and I'm talking, I was young when I watched it. It was called Love Thy Neighbour, and it was made in the UK. And I promise you, if it was made today and they used the exact script, there would be fucking thermonuclear meltdowns all over the fucking Western world, because there was a white guy. It was a white guy and his wife living next door to a black guy and his wife. And the wives both got along like a house on fire. But I kid you not, and I'm quoting the show here, so if anyone tries to fucking take it out of context, fuck you and up your bum. But the white guy he'd walk outside and he'd look at the neighbor and go, what are you doing, Sambo? To the black guy, right? And the white guy, and the black guy turn around, look at the white guy, and say, "Shut up, honky." Yeah. And then it'd just be on. And by the end of the show, these two idiots that were fighting like cat and dogs, the wives that always have to come in and plot. And by the end of the show, they'd work together for a common goal. And it was highlighting how fucking stupid it was to hate someone just based on the color of their skin. Have a fucking decent reason to get your hate on, folks.
Seriously.
I mean, like,
classic show. Oh, well, go ahead, Luna.
I was gonna say like All in the Family.
That's what I was gonna say. Me and you had the same thought there. All in the Family, the classic show. They touched on some very racial issues. I mean, that's how George Jefferson was actually introduced to the world. The reaction between George Jefferson and the Carol O'Connor's character, pretty racist shit. It would not work today, and it's a classic show.
And Carol was like really a good ass fucking person. He was like awesome.
He was. But
and
see,
so was Lauren Michaels, who wrote it.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing, though. Like what we're trying to say here is, I want to read Raisin Girl's comment because it makes sense. People need to stop virtue signaling by acting offended about dumb shit. Words can hurt, but you choose your reaction. Trying to control others in an exercise in futility and will eat you alive. Yes. Exactly. And it's not the fact that you get triggered. Look, like I've said before many times, I was raped as a child and I witnessed a murder when I was 16. Sometimes when I see something on TV where a kid gets raped or somebody gets stabbed in the throat, I get a little triggered. But if I started going, we need to shut this show down or movie down, I would be wrong. It's okay to be triggered. It's how you react to being triggered is what matters.
Yeah, I mean, I do the same thing with certain, like with gang rapes and stuff.
Yeah.
And then if I'm like, okay, I can't deal with this anymore, you know what I do? I turn the fucking channel.
Exactly.
I turn it off.
And like this, this whole situation with the Papa John dude, it's obvious what was going on. And, like I said before, I don't care if the guy's a good guy on other things. It's this situation that we're talking about. It's obvious what was going on here. He was talking about what the other people did.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think it's obvious because I think the only news that's spreading is that he actually said the word and no one actually is
It's obvious if you listen.
Yeah. If you read about it and like, that's when I heard what he did, I was like, okay, I got to figure out. I looked it up, like Google.
Oh, you mean you actually wanted to know what really happened?
Yeah. I wanted to know the context.
Oh my God.
Because I mean, at first I assumed it was, the worst possible context. Yeah. So I was like, I got to see what this guy did. Mm-hmm. But then I was like, wait a minute, what? He's combating racism. Come on. But no one's tweeting about, the context. They're all saying he said the N-word. Now N-word is trending. Like,
yeah, it's like, yeah, but why did he say the N-word? I mean, where's that question? Why did he say the N-word?
I wanted to know, who did he say it to? I was like, did he say it to a person? I want to know.
Yeah, they don't care about context.
That's what I thought at first, because some people were like, like, you should totally see what's trending on Twitter. I'm like, okay. And I was like, all I saw was like, I'm like, him? I was like, really? I thought it was something totally fucking different. And I was just like, whatever. Okay. Again, it's like the context was just like,
it's
over their head.
People are so stupid. I remember back in the day, you remember when, I guess there's still a kind of controversy about it, but back in the day when Chick-fil-A was going through a lot of controversy about being Christians and the gay thing, there was this guy who went through the drive-thru. Y'all remember that shit? And started, telling this girl who was just working in the restaurant for minimum wage, how dare you work for a company that is, homophobic, and he was just berating her. And then the dumbass posts the video and thinks he's his hero, and then acts shocked when everybody's like, "You're an asshole." I mean, it's just the point is they're so blinded by their agenda, but they don't care. Their narrative is all that matters.
Well, also, if you leave the context out, the Papa John story will sell newspapers. It will get clicks.
Yes.
That's kind of what they are doing. They know
it pumps the gas to that narrative.
Yeah,
it really does. And they know, man. And see, that's what Denzel said a while back about the press. It's about who's first, not who's right. Mm-hmm. And the press don't care. They want you to react. They want you to be pissed off and say, "Oh, this guy's," because it's it gets them to click on their link.
It's like what you were saying the other day about like what Trump said about like the border as far as like
What was that?
I have relatives that came from, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, but I mean, I was like, really, motherfucker? Because I don't have like I don't really like him too much. Anyways, but that's not, but I took it, I didn't even think about it in context. I immediately got mad and I was like, hold up. This is where it's coming from. So
exactly what she's talking about is when Trump said the MS-13 guys were evil.
Yeah,
and the news reported that Trump said all Mexicans were evil.
Yeah, they twist it. It's
he called them animals. He called them animals is what he did. I think. Yeah, and basically they twisted to say he was calling all Mexicans. Well, I don't like Trump, but let's not lie about him.
Everything. You can't lie about stuff because then the further you get from the truth, the less people pay attention because they're like, this is ridiculous. They're
it hurts. It hurts real bad shit that's going on. Like the crazy shit that Trump's really doing. It hurts. Yeah. It makes him look good when you lie about him. So it's stupid. It's ridiculous. It really pissed me off about that because he blatantly, he was obvious who he was talking about.
Yeah.
And then Trump calls off, and boy, people went nuts on Twitter about it. And Twitter people are so fucking retarded.
Some of them, yeah.
I'm a Twitter person. I'm retarded, but anyway, just it's all about context. It's all about intent. It's all about. But nobody cares anymore.
Context doesn't sell newspapers.
No, and the people who want to what's his name? Shaun White. I think he's actually a white dude. He wants to be black.
Yeah.
I think his name's White, or is it King? Sean King.
Sean King.
Sean King. Yeah. He's a white dude.
You see that Twitter account? Sean White is king because Sean White is a snowboarder.
Yeah, that's why I said Sean White. Sean King, whatever. Yeah, that fucker. He's but every little tweet he tweets, you can see it's just blatant. It's got to be his agenda. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about you. He wants all those followers, and he's using an agenda, and he's full of shit.
I heard. Because everything looks white about him, but he started pretending he was African American to get a scholarship or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so low. And how was it accepted?
Yeah. And to me, I don't see how because he doesn't even have black features. I mean, we all have, certain features. He doesn't have those. Mm-hmm. And he's a straight up white boy, and he's just retarded though. He really pisses me off. Is Red back?
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, he's back.
Oh, he is back. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Red, why do you want to be black?
Because then I can become a famous gangster rapper. And the reference OG would sound really good. So OG Red Eye. Fuck yeah.
OG Red Eye. By the way, I'm going to dox Red Eye. His real name is Philip Banks.
Oh, shit.
Bill Banks? Is that serious?
No, it's not his real name. That's Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince.
Oh, okay. That's actually a phrase. What?
I have doxed myself on stream before, so it's no biggie.
Oh, dude, the craziest thing ever is when that one dude come into the chat room. He's like, "Hey, everybody, Pimpmunk's real name is John Crawley," and some dude said, "Yeah, it's in his about me page."
Got him.
Got him.
He doxed you.
Yeah, I mean, it says clearly on my the first thing on my about me page is John Crawley Pimpmunk. It's so stupid when people think they do something. Oh, he went through. The crazy thing is he did a lot of work to look up on Facebook and find me and shit, and he could have just read my about me page.
The channel was called John Crawley for fucking months.
Yeah, dude, I called it John Crawley for a while there. It's
Jesus
so
Christ.
silly. Yeah, it's just people are so stupid. I'll tell you how stupid. Back again to the agenda and thing, and people are blinded. It's like, and I said this yesterday. I talked about this yesterday a little bit. In one video that I did years ago, so a white guy called me a wigger and a black guy called me a racist. In one video, I was like, "You two need to get together and figure out what I am." That's fucked up. And then I also talked about this yesterday, which it can go with this point that we've been talking about this morning. Is I did a video one time. It was talking about the N word, and the name of the video was "The Word Nigger." That was the title.
That's right.
Yeah, no, I didn't get a strike for that. That was back before YouTube was striking everybody.
Oh wow.
The thing about it is, though, somebody came and said, "You're a racist," and I said, "What part of this video makes you think I'm a racist?" She said, "I didn't watch the video."
Yeah.
She clearly seen the title and thought, but what the video was about against the word. It was that's what the video was. It was against the racism, but and I clearly titled it that for clickbait. I did. That was a clickbait title.
When that happens, I had a Facebook post up, and it was a video about someone from Antifa just getting their ass kicked at a fucking riot. And I wasn't trying to say go the alt-right. All I was saying is have a look at this fucking Antifa fucking kids lighting shit on fire at the birthplace of free speech. It's like, that's disgraceful. And this fucker come in and went, Antifa's the only thing that's going to save you from the alt-right. And I went, oh, mate, I'm in Australia. Antifa are a total non-event here. And the fucker just went, you alt-right Nazi scum, and blocked me. I'm just like, I went, wow. It's just like, I actually mentioned, dude, I'm sitting on the fence. I like to take each policy on its own and judge it. And so that kind of makes me a centrist. I don't lean one way or the other. No,
there is no middle road, and you cannot take the middle road these days, man. I mean, it's either black or white.
Yeah,
there's no gray in the world, and that sucks, man.
You guys hear about the there's a video of an Antifa protest. They were protesting ICE. I don't know where, but the ICE and the cops were arresting some of them, pepper spraying them, and you hear one of the Antifa guys in the back start calling. I think it was a black cop. He started calling him the N-word. Like,
really?
They were calling them fascists and the N-word. It's like,
wow.
what is going on with the world? I don't understand.
The world is so fucking stupid.
Like we're Antifa, so now we have privilege or whatever the fuck. Even though we say you guys have privilege, but we can say whatever the fuck.
I watched a video a while back with Antifa where this one dude was beating the fuck out of this Antifa dude. Yeah. I mean, kicking his ass. I thought it was so funny.
Was it the Proud Boy versus Antifa?
Have you seen that one? There's that one guy, and he's a fucking machine, right? There's like 3 or 4 different fucking bits where these Antifa guys are all fucking running around. And you just see this guy walk up, and this arm just goes bang, and the dudes drop. Every single time his hits connect, they fucking go down like a bag. And there's one guy swinging a metal police baton, and he fucking goes to try and hit the guy, and he sort of blocks it, and he comes back in for a second shot, and he fucking winds it up and nails it so hard. This guy goes stiff, falls backwards, and you see the fucking rest of his mates come in and grab him. And when they pick him up, he's still stiff, and apparently ended up in hospital with a fractured fucking skull because his head hit the ground and bleeding on the brain, and he doesn't recognize his own parents. That was the last bit of the joke. But he's fucked and sucked into him because he tried to assault the guy with a steel bat. And it's like, eat shit and die. If you want to go down and party with fucking people that know how to fight, you because these kids are at university, they put masks on and think they're fucking invincible. Well, no, you're not. Watch that video. That's what happens to fucking punks.
and the guy got. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Oh, I apologize. Do you remember that one dude that posted, like, he got his ass kicked at some kind of rally, and then he posted a picture from the hospital, like a video, not a picture, but a video of himself? Oh, gosh. Damn it. I can't remember when that was. That might have been like.
Don't cover your mouth and talk.
Sorry. It's a habit.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It sounded really muffled. It was like.
I think it was earlier this.
Oh, sorry. I just want to make it clear that I'm no supporter of the alt-right. When they act like bastards and they get fucking arrested, but you got to admit that, like that one that we just talked about where the dude was nailing dudes, not too many of those guys were fully masked. They actually had fucking helmets on and shit, but they weren't covered up because apparently there's laws now in America where if you go to a demonstration and you got a mask on, you got to remove it when the police ask you to, or they'll just fucking arrest you on the spot now.
It's actually, I think it's a bill. It's not in law yet.
Oh, okay.
But it's like it's against Antifa. It's like, if you're wearing a mask and you attack people, it's like up to 15 years. It's
is crazy.
Kind of makes sense. You shouldn't be attacking people with a mask on.
No.
Yeah. Well, that what they are is now. This might get me in some shit, but what's the term of reference for someone that tries to bring about political change using fucking intimidation and fucking force and violence? It starts with T.
I don't like saying that word because
they're fucking terrorists. And guess what? They're classified as such by several fucking groups now. And I do believe the federal and a lot of state governments have classified them as fucking terrorists. And so they should grow up and go back to your classes, you little fucking turds.
Yeah, you juggalo army. Oh, you're not talking about juggalos. Look at everybody.
No. What? Talking about the sport brats running around universities setting shit on fire with fucking while bringing their mum for fucking bail money when they get arrested, the little fuckwits.
By the way, they keep talking about in the chat room, talking about me wearing the different colored shirt today because I normally wear black all the time. People are like, "Oh, you look so good. You need to wear." They keep saying we need less black on the show. So Luna, you got to go, baby.
Oh wow,
that's racist.
That's right.
Disgraceful. I actually kind of stole that joke from Gage. He kind of made that joke in the chat room, so blame Gage. By the way, since Gage is in there, I haven't seen him here. In September, we're going to Amarillo, Texas. There's going to be a little bit of a Pimpmunk meetup there. I was originally started me just going and visiting Luna here, but now there's going to be several people going. We're going to have lunching at this big restaurant. What's it called, Luna?
The Big Texan.
The Big Texan. Well, it's a famous place. It was in the movie Pulp Fiction. Jack Rabbit Slim's. That's the actual restaurant. So we're going to be having lunch there, and then we're also going to be going to some clubs, some strip clubs and stuff during the weekend. So if you want to come and hang out, we're going to be in Amarillo, Texas, September 7th through the 10th. If you need information about it, please feel free to tweet at me on Twitter or Luna here, and we will give you the information you need. Sorry about that, but I had to plug it a little bit. A little bit of plug.
The butt plug? Oh, sorry.
See, you're a pervert.
I am. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm too young to hear things like that. Gee whiz.
You old decrepit bastard, you.
Hey, I'm not. Wait, no, that's fart dust. That's right. Fuck.
Yeah. You pour baby powder on red eye, it just stays there.
What?
I don't even know. Anyways.
What the lizard say to the other lizards?
Oh, you mean tell my jokes? See, every day I tell these very two bad jokes. They're bad jokes, but I love telling them. So I'm going to ask you, man. Do you know what the squid said to the bagpipes?
No, I don't know. What did he say?
I would fuck you if you take off those pajamas.
Oh, no.
And also, you know what the other one lizard said to the other lizard? Hi, other
I've got
lizard.
no idea.
They're stupid. I told that joke at a funeral. So anyway, yeah.
It's just a running gag. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, it's a running little gag that I do on here. But anyways, I do love the squid joke though. I'd fuck you if it wasn't for pajamas. I love it. It's funny. But anyways, Reactor, you got anything big coming up, man? Like any big videos?
I'm working on a video right now called "How to Get Your Own Island Legally," something like that. I'm not really. I haven't really set it in stone, but it's something about basically how to get your own island.
It ain't ethno state. Oh, okay. It ain't an ethno state island, is it?
No. You like there's an island in the world that you can get.
Yeah.
For free, kind of free. I mean, you still have to travel there, you know.
Oh, okay. So you're making a video about this?
Yep.
Oh, so you gonna fuck it up, ain't you? You gonna satire the shit out of that.
I mean, it's serious, but it's also joking. I mean, because I'm not actually gonna go steal this island, but
yeah,
I explain how you can.
Yeah. So every this past week, everybody that's been on the show, I met at hung out with at VidCon, and we've all talked a little bit about VidCon. So I thought me and you could talk about it a little bit too. I met, by the way, to tell you how I met Reactor here was I met him through your all favorite guest, Captain Kirsch. He roomed with her at VidCon and some other people, and that's how I met him. And we hung out some, and it was just it was a pretty cool fucking trip all together. Yeah. This dude actually got to go to some big parties because he hung out with the right people. But yeah, it was a cool trip, and I actually got to meet a lot of people, and there were some people that I met that I had an idea of that they might have been assholes or jerks, but they turned out to be really cool people. And there wasn't but one person I met that might be a little bit of a prick, but he's fine too. So, but what was your biggest highlight of VidCon?
Just hanging out with people, meeting people. It was awesome.
Just networking,
Not even the networking. It's in my life. I know my brother makes videos and content and stuff like that, but other than that. I don't really have friends that have the same passion as me in creating content. So absolutely hanging out with a huge group of people who all, do the same thing. It's like,
it's cool. It's very
the best party ever, It's
it's really cool because you get to exactly. That's one thing is everybody maybe not the same interest in you and same type of video, but they know what you do. They know what you have to go through.
And then they work, as hard as you, and they work in the same way as you, Yeah.
Exactly, and it's a lot of work too if you really take this shit serious. Now, some people don't take it serious, so they don't put it on, but this is a lot of work. And like me with these podcasts, dude. See, a lot of people don't realize I do five of these. Okay, froze up for a second. I do 5 of these shows a week, and then I also I froze. Am I freezing up?
No, you're fine.
No, you're good now.
Okay, 5 shows a week. Also, I do another podcast a week called The Ultra Perspective. And then I'm on Drunken Peasants 1 or 2 times a week most of the time. And so that's a lot of fucking work. And plus I do other videos. So I do take pride in it. And so like you said, when I meet people at VidCon that do the same kind of shit, it's like, that's cool. It's a cool experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And plus getting drunk and having fun's pretty cool too.
Yeah. Like you were saying earlier, the conference is shit. Like, if
you already know what you're doing, the conference really doesn't help you any.
This is what I've gathered from hearing quite a few YouTubers talk about the whole thing. The intel I've gathered is fuck going into the place itself and doing what they did. Go to the fountain. Yeah. Sit around until someone says, we'll go to this bar to start drinking. It's like, and you follow the fucking herd and go and actually have fun.
That's
outside of the fucking place.
That's it in a nutshell, really, because like when we stand out there, everybody's like, let's go to the Marriott, get drunk. Okay, let's go. And we all go to the Marriott, then whatever. The first night I was there, dude, Barbara got me so fucking drunk. She kept buying alcohol. And then she put like $20 or $30 in the jukebox. And like she said the other day, it was a cool experience because we started singing Bon Jovi, and then all of a sudden the whole bar started singing Bon Jovi with us. Everybody was standing up saying, you know, I'll be there for you. Everybody, it was so fun. I met these people from England that were singing with us and stuff. So it's just a lot of fun. A lot of memories.
Cool.
And I'm going back next year.
Yeah.
I'll probably buy a badge, but I ain't
Community.
gonna. Yeah, well, probably community.
Yeah. I'm going to
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go. Yeah, see, I didn't go last year, but I went to 2 years prior, and 1 year I went creator. The next year I went industry. I've spent a good bit of money in the industry.
The industry was waste. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a waste.
I had an industry this year.
Yeah, I noticed that. And then this year I went as creator. I think next year I'm just gonna go as community, and because I'm not gonna go upstairs anyway. Fuck you.
There's let me buy the fountain.
Yeah, get me to the fountain and I'm good. And exactly. So I think next year is going to be kind of a cheaper badge. And well, I think like early bird, you can get them for like $50, can't you?
Oh, really?
I think so. If you get an early bird special.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking like this year, it was like a week before VidCon that I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. Like I did not plan on going at all, but Bunty was like, come on, man, come over to LA. I was like, all right, let's do it. And yeah, I'm glad I did for sure.
Hell yeah, man.
But I was thinking for next year, plan that way earlier.
Yeah,
months.
get like a big house and get several people to want to like rent a big house like Jeff and them did. They had a nice place.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I'm gonna do is try to get with a few people and try to rent a fucking house. And I think they released the information like January about VidCon. And I think I'm gonna jump on it real quick. And like January and start planning it out.
Yeah.
Is it in the same venue every year?
Yes, same convention center every year.
Yeah, unless it gets way bigger.
Yeah.
Start looking for your house now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but you don't really know the dates yet.
Now they always mix it up because the first year I went, it was in July.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's right. So fair enough.
Yeah, and they always mix them. They always change the dates. So, but when they release the information in January, I think that's when I'm gonna start like gathering people up and see if they want to rent a house together and shit.
Yeah, I'm sure they have some really big Airbnbs we can get.
Hell yeah, dude, we could do it. I was already talking to Kirsch about this, and me, you, Kirsch, a bunch of us want to get together and do that shit, and just have parties every fucking night.
Yeah, not even go to the fountain.
Not even go to the fucking start partying.
I'm scared to hang out. I don't care.
Yeah, just come to the house. There's the convention right there, motherfucker.
Just go to Taracon. Free tickets. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Taracon. Did you go out there?
Me?
Yeah, I knew a couple people. I'm so glad I did.
I don't even know who Tana is.
Yeah, TanaCon. Yeah.
Tana, sorry. See, I don't give a fuck what her name is.
Yeah. I don't really know who she is that much, but there was a couple of us talking about going, and I started to go, but then all that bullshit happened there, so I'm glad I didn't go.
Yeah, I guess there was no reason to go.
Yeah, it wasn't no reason to go. But yeah, so I'm hoping that I think a lot of people were complaining about the convention, but everybody that I talked to said the same thing me and you just said. We want to just go and have fun, hang out with the people, and I do want to go to the fountain because you get to meet, because when people recognize you or whatever, it's pretty cool. Yeah. And there was a few people who recognized me and stuff, and I'm pretty sure next year it'd be more because now I'm not gonna say I'm in the in crowd, but you know what I mean. I got more, more a little bit, and I did
more motivated maybe.
Yeah, more. And the thing about it is, I went there for a reason. I said I was going to VidCon to promote my Morning Wood, and that is exactly what I did. I talked to you about the Morning Wood at VidCon. I had the flag and everything, and he signed the flag too, by the way. The guy got the flag, by the way. That's cool. I'm glad he got the flag, and also the girl who bought the card off the wall, she got her card too. So that's pretty cool. But yeah. That's what I went for, and like this week has been it's been one of the better weeks for the show because I had Monday I had a Fat Pat on, who is the coolest motherfuckers, man. Fat Pat and Sofane are just so down to earth and so fucking cool. They're and the cool thing about it is I was a fan of them, And they were the only guys that I was actually going to introduce myself to. I'm not one that runs up to you. Oh, I'm a fan. I don't do that, because if you want to be a part of the crowd, you got to act like a part of the crowd. But I was actually going to introduce myself to Sophane. When I seen him walk into the Marriott, I stood up, and when I went to go, he said, "It's motherfucking Pimpmunk," and he runs over to me. I'm such a fan. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Who was it?
Of Sophane.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
You don't know what's the name of their deal? Poisoning the Whale guys.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I've heard that.
Fat Pat and Sophane. They're and I tell you what, I watched their fucking video that they were in space.
Yeah, the new series is fucking great.
Oh, dude, their new series. What's the name of the new series? I forgot.
Yes, I can't top of my head, no idea.
Can you look it up real quick?
Yes, sir. Give me about
because I want to promote it because it is fucking hilarious, and you can promote. You can actually post a link in the chat if you don't. I don't know if you're looking at chat, but it is fucking hilarious. These dudes are so good, so talented. But yeah, and just so many people, and you know, you're buddies with Joy Salads, and I actually met Joy for the first time, and I, you know, I like to just say the perfect day. I thought he might be an asshole. He was not an asshole.
Yeah, a lot of people. He's like one of the nicest guys I ever met. You know, like,
yeah, he's very nice.
He maybe he makes content that, you know, is controversial, or he did. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. He was just being a YouTuber, making stuff that people wanted to see. You know.
Yeah. And he's in. And I tell you what, we went from we were going from the convention center to the Marriott. It took us 30 minutes because people kept stopping him and asking for autographs.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I remember that.
Yeah, but you know, the funny thing about, you know, thinking somebody's an asshole, the first morning that we were there, it was the morning after the first night, where we went to IHOP and had breakfast with Armored Skeptic and all them, and I was saying something to the waitress or somebody, and I heard Armored Skeptic tell his girlfriend June, fiance now, he said, "Wow, Pimpmunk's a gentleman. You wouldn't think that from his videos." and see, this is what blew me away, is because I look at myself as nobody, right? And then kind of find out all the guys that I knew who I was.
Yeah, that's kind of how I see myself. Like I don't really feel the amount of I don't know the word fame that I have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but like all these big YouTubers like are happy to meet me, and that's
exactly. That's what happened when Sophane. Well, you know, Sophane even said in the chat room, he said, "I fanned out." I was like, "What the fuck?" You know, I still find it weird. You know, people that I see, because I really don't. I do this so much, I really don't watch a lot of videos anymore, so I don't know a lot of people. So I don't. But when somebody says, "Hey, Pimpmunk, I like your videos," and I actually respect their craft, it feels good, you know.
Yeah, it does. Like I said, the last night I was there, we were at the bar, and Jack's Films showed up, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's Jack's Films!" And then he comes up to me, happy to meet me. I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" Like,
I got a funny story about Jack. It was that night at the bar. Yeah. I was sitting there and everybody was going over to him. You know, I seen everybody shaking his hand. "Oh, you're so awesome!" And I'm sitting here by Billy, right, by the fridge. I poked Billy in the side. Billy said, "I said, come here." He said, "Yeah, what's up?" I said, "Who the fuck is that?" I had no idea who he was.
Oh yeah, he's OG. He's been on YouTube.
Yeah, he's major now. He's a major guy. And Billy was like, "That's Jack's film. Act like you know who he is."
If you don't,
just act, fake it. Billy's a cool motherfucker.
Yeah, if you don't know who Jack's Films is, people might suspect you don't know what YouTube is. Like,
yeah, I don't know who Jack's. I didn't know. Now I do.
I mean, he's got a different audience.
Yeah, he's a different audience, a different style. And see, the thing about it is, I started out when I started getting a little bit of popularity. It was because I did atheistic comedy, and then I don't know if you know who Jacqueline Glenn is.
No, I don't.
She's pretty popular chick. She's pretty popular. So she spotted me on YouTube and said, "I would like for you to do a video on my channel." Well, I had like 1,200 subscribers. Well, overnight, I did a video on her channel. Overnight, I went from like 1,200 to like 8,000, 7,000, 8,000, something like that. And so she kind of got me noticed, and decided I did atheistic comedy. Well, then I kind of like, okay, this is dead. I did the same. You know, how many jokes can you make about God not being real? You know, so I started doing other things, and people didn't get used to it. And now I'm finally kind of getting to where people recognize me as something different. So I for a long time, all I watched was atheistic videos. So I didn't know who Jack's film is, stuff like that. But I'm getting into other stuff now. Anyways, Lunas thinks that I'm hot.
Are you on fire?
I'm the sexiest fat guy alive. Ain't that right, Red Eye?
Yeah, I've got the I've linked Poisoning the World's channel in chat, and that new series is called Current Year of Space Odyssey.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
And Brian beat me to the punch because of his natural reverby voice. That British
Current
bastard.
Year. Okay. Current Year of Space Odyssey. That's what it comes. And it is fucking hilarious.
It is.
It is good stuff, and I suggest you guys watch it. They're very good. Pat is a stand-up comedian. He's been doing it. How long you say? What, 10, 13 years, something like that?
I think more like a couple of decades.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
And see, I'm really comedy is my thing. And when we were having, I started asking him about stand-up the other day when he was on the show. Well, after the show, he told me in Red Eye, he said, I so enjoy this because everybody always wants to ask me about my YouTube stuff. He said, when you started bringing up comedy, dude, it was just like, I'm happy. So that was cool.
Yeah, and before the show, I kind of had the micro fan out, and he spent 5 minutes talking about the two videos that I really liked. It was like, he said, those videos, and he explained how much fun it was to edit these two certain videos because he said, very confusing. He's a really cool dude, and I can't wait to have them both back on the show, and because I have a feeling that those two will be a handful, and they probably will end up doing what you've done to poor old Steve McRae that time.
There was this guy named Steve McRae. I came into this chat room, he wanted me to come on his stream. And Red Eye was on the stream. Red Eye was like, dude, I'm not sure you want this to happen. And so he said, yeah, I do. So I went on there, and when I went on there, I went full-blown Pimpmunk character. And I took over. I think I said some homophobic shit. I don't know. But it was funny. It was funny. But
Steve liked it.
Yeah. Going back to the VidCon, and before we go here a little bit, it was just, you got to meet so many cool people, and not just the bigger YouTubers, but people that you may be able to work with in the future and stuff like that. So it's cool. Like I met you, and that was cool. And I hope to get you back on the show soon. It's just, it's awesome stuff, man.
And it's not just meeting YouTubers. Meeting fans is amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's.
Oh, that is the best part. Yeah, the best part. Especially when, like I was sitting there. I was just sitting on the fucking block there and smoking a cigarette, and some dude runs up to me and says, Pimpmunk, sir, may I have a picture with you? I was like, yeah, I like that shit.
Yeah.
It makes the coolest thing that ever happened was not at VidCon. I was in San Jose, California, and I was standing outside my hotel, and I was tweeting. And somebody tweeted back and said, I think I see you across the street. I said, well, come say hello. And he runs over. He's so nervous. His legs were like shaky, and he was about to fall. And I had to calm him down. And I was like, dude, I'm just a fat dude. And it was so funny, but it was so cool at the same time, that somebody actually likes what you do so much that they're nervous. And so it's very, it kind of inspires you to do it more.
Yeah.
Well, it's that new sort of, this generation's got this unique sort of opportunity to, like, I've talked to this before about it's like the celebrity status, and I'm not saying like, oh, you're Hollywood fucking famous, but many people know who you folks are that are, you've got content out there. It's like you might have a certain amount of subs. I'll guarantee you there's more people out there that know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
absolutely.
Fact that guys are all approachable, and I'm just speaking from my experience over the last 6 weeks of being on this show. I've met, like last night, met Jeff. He was fucking cool. As I met McGog, who's one of my favorite content creators. Genuinely fucking awesome dude. What he did for Barbara and stuff like and every single person that's been on the show, I've genuinely just been blown away about how they're so approachable, and they're just down to earth, normal fucking people that just happen to make some stuff that a whole group of people happen to like, and they don't the vast majority of these people are just really down to earth and approachable, and it's fucking cool to meet these content creators because you sort of realize, wow, they're just kind of like me and just probably a bit more creative and inspired than I am and have better work ethic.
And a theme that I noticed this week with all these people that come on the show is the same thing me and Reactor was talking about earlier, is helping each other out. Every one of them has, like Magog the other night, just out of the blue, tweeted, everybody go check out Pimpmunk. He's awesome. So that's what you got to do for people, man. We work together, and we do depend on the fans. Of course we do, especially in this day and age in YouTube where they demonetize you, they take in subs away, they don't notify people about your videos. It's fucking crazy. So, you know, we do depend on the fans so much, and we appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's pretty cool that you can go to these meetups and as a fan, you get to meet some of these people that you know, and younger folks will literally look up like you're this generation's fucking celebs, and the fact that they can have these little meetups and get to hang out with you and get an autograph and a photo and, you know, get to shake your hand. That's fucking really cool, and it's an opportunity that my generation rarely got. If you went to those sorts of things, you were lucky to get fucking within cooey of a celebrity to get the autograph.
Yeah,
it's a really different ball game, and I think it makes you guys just why YouTube's such a fucking cool thing, because I don't know, it's just this combination of all these different factors that are turning into this thing. And now that the community's basically come together to support content creators with tools like Patreon and Streamlabs, etc., and super chats, it's like YouTube tried to kill you off, and they've fucking failed basically at this point, because you're all hanging in there, and bravo to you all. Hats, tip of the hat.
Yeah.
Keep making shit. Entertain me.
Before we get into the Q&A, into the tip session and all that stuff, is there anything you need to plug, Reactor?
I mean, follow me on Twitter. It's Reactor, and I got a new video where I explain pretty much exactly how I tricked the mainstream media into creating fake news, like this hoax I did. Yeah, it's. I think it's a pretty good video. So,
hell yeah!
See how I did that? I manipulate the shit out of a bunch of people. So,
I don't know if you're in the. Are you in the chat room or are you over on the stream?
Me? Am I in the chat room?
Yeah,
I am.
Live chat.
Well, if you could just like say something in the chat room, they could click on the name and go and go to your channel and subscribe. If they're not already subscribed. There you go, right there.
Yeah.
And you can follow him on Twitter and stuff like that. He's got a good Twitter page. He likes to ruffle feathers. I've noticed that the last couple of days. he likes to ruffle a few feathers.
I'll link the channel in chat myself.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, whatever. I tried putting my Twitter name in chat, but
it's Reactor. There you go. It's Reactor. There you go.
Yeah.
And so yeah, check him out. That's the reason I brought up the Star Wars thing, because I seen you going after that one dude about Star Wars. I thought it was funny.
I try not to get into huge flame wars, but like some stuff, it's just
yeah, it's fun.
Like, did you read that thing, the thread that I commented on the Star Wars thing? The guy was like, he was explaining why all the people who hated the movie are wrong.
Oh yeah.
What are you talking about? You can't do that. Like, you can't explain why they're wrong. Maybe you're wrong. I don't know.
I haven't seen the movie yet, but I've seen the meme of the creature and the blue juice and the milk.
The
milk. Yeah.
What the fuck is going on there?
And there is no explanation for it, by the way, in the movie. He just does it.
I mean, it was probably a joke for the children, you know?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're just kind of ruining a character. Like,
yeah, it just doesn't make no sense. He doesn't give an explanation or nothing. He just walks up, squirts the titty, drinks it, and walks off.
Yeah, it's at least he didn't drink from the animal.
Yeah, that would have been better, actually. I wish he'd put his mouth on the tit. And those little bird thingies, they're cute, but what the fuck?
I heard they made those to
sell stuff.
But also there were animals on the island that they had to hide.
Oh, really?
I can't remember what animals it was. It was some sort of bird or something. I don't know.
Brian J was a British faggot, and he's also a very good friend of mine. Very intelligent dude. He said, "I subbed. Don't make me regret it, Reactor."
Yep. I mean, you might. I don't know.
He's fucking around. He's cool, dude. He'll be on the show Monday, actually. So, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take questions. If you got questions for Reactor, Luna, me, or Red, feel free to ask them. If we don't want to answer them, we won't. Also, the first tip of the day, you got a $10 tip from the Geek Room. Said $10 to make you holla. I love you, brother. Thank you so much, and I love you too, Frank. That's Frank.
Thanks,
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, man. You guys can do the same thing by tipping. It helps pay the bills. Let me tell you. So appreciate it if you can help out, and feel free to ask your questions right now. Let's see. Let me see. We ain't getting no questions quite yet, but we will, I'm sure. So somebody said, what'd you say, Honest Red, about Steve? Not gonna lie, Jeff Holiday still blew me off even after he asked me to DM him during this show, just for your information. That's really none of my business. But however, he is a busy dude.
Yeah.
We're all busy on here, man.
I mean, he didn't respond yet.
That doesn't mean he didn't respond yet.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he won't respond. Give him a little time. Question, why do you feel a need to make fake news when there's so much to choose from anyway?
That you're right, man. Like, I tried writing a satirical news article like a week ago, and I couldn't because, as crazy as you can make it, there's already a story out there like it. It's kind of upsetting.
Yeah, and
like,
some of these
crazy article and.
Yeah, some of these real news articles, you think for a second you're reading The Onion.
Okay. No, well, here's the thing. When you get the White House fucking press secretary coming out going, well, here's the thing. There's the facts, and then there's the alternative facts. It's like, Poe's law has just been shattered into a million fucking pieces, and it's all over now.
By the way, dude, you've been a fucking awesome guest, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
We've had a lot of fun with you. And I think Red Eye wants to fuck you, honestly.
Keep that. Hey, come on, keep that on the down low.
You want to go down low on him? Okay.
Wow, man. I sent you a PM on Twitter just saying, come on. I'm trying to get his phone number, and you just fucking threw me under the bus. Thanks, boss.
I got a question. Pimp, would you try vaping? Have you in the past?
Oh, yeah.
Look at right there. Yeah. This was a gift from Luna, actually, but this is a ghost vapor. This son of a bitch started working on its own, and it burned its own shit out. It started just bubbling, sitting there. I don't know what happened. It's fucking crazy. She gave me a retarded vapor.
That's why she gave it away.
Yeah. Hello, Landon. Landon's in the chat room. Hello, that's Landon. Noah's my best friend in the world. He's also a scientist, a mathematician, a genius, a cocksucker. Oh, by the way, I got a question for Landon. We were talking about this on DP and we were talking about Landon debating Bill Gates, and they were asking, why did he debate Bill Gates? What reason would he debate it? Why did you debate Bill Gates? I forgot the reason. What was the debate on? I know why you debated Neil deGrasse Tyson. It was over the planet Pluto, but yeah, he debates the big boys. He's a pretty cool dude. By the way, tip. We need those fucking tips. I want to see some money, god damn it. If I don't see your money, I will kill your children.
Damn.
I'm waiting for questions.
I'm hoping to inspire Landon to crack the mystery behind the vortex rings. When they collide, they generate lesser rings that travel off at a 90-degree angle. And that no one understands what's going on yet. So
yeah, okay.
Landon,
he says about Windows.
Landon will crack that nut in about 3 or 4 days if he sits down and spends.
Why are you always thinking about cracking nuts?
Is that quantum physics you're talking about, or what?
No, it's if you just get on YouTube and look at it's one of the popular science channels, and they've took them 4 years of prep work and setting it up, but they've set up a tank of water, and they get blue and red dye. They blow 2 rings towards each other, the same velocity, and they impact, and then this really cool effect happens. It spreads out, but then the ring that blows out travels away at 90 degrees, and a bunch of little tiny rings form around the impact site and travel away from the impact zone, and they don't understand the physics behind it yet.
Yeah.
Wow. That sounds cool, though.
They should get it now because I've just got high def footage of it. The last lot of footage they had's from 1982 or 1992, and it was all low res stuff from Australia, I do believe.
Well, I can put my underwear on my own.
Yes. And you got a gold star in high school when they finally taught you to do it. Congrats.
And what?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. Didn't say a thing.
Now we're getting stupid. Red Eye's gay.
Obviously. Wait, what?
It's all an illusion. So they're not asking questions, so fuck them. So you got any more big trips ahead of you? Anything?
Me?
Yeah.
No, nothing planned. Except VidCon next year. I mean, that's about it.
Yeah. I got a couple actually. I got like September, I'm going to Amarillo, Texas for that thing I talked about earlier, and then in November I'm going to Green Bay for a football game, Packers game. Be my first Packers game. I'm a hardcore Packers fan, and it's on my bucket list. So to go in the middle of November, Lambeau Field, you know.
I'm from Chicago, so it's like the Green Bay and the Bears are like always the.
Fuck the Bears.
I know a lot of Chicagoans who are Green Bay fans, though.
Yeah, it's true.
Need to make a quick correction. I fucked up before. It's actually fluid mechanics, and it's hydrodynamics and all that. It's not nothing yet. I got that wrong. But if you go and check the video out, because it's really cool what's happening, and they don't quite understand why these lesser rings form. So yeah, check it out. Landon, you got a week. Crack that nut.
There you go.
Sniff that cork.
Yeah, speaking of the Packers fans and the Bears, Packers is one of those teams that has fans everywhere.
Yeah.
They really are. They're such a historic. If somebody asked me one thing like, "Why the fuck would you want to go to Green Bay, Wisconsin in the middle of November?" Because of history, man. Because it's a legendary field, and it's also my birthday month, and that's one of my birthday gifts. So hey. Corky says tip the pimp and smash that like. But yeah, Corky, tip him. Everybody is on the tip clock right now. Anyways, we got a few more minutes to go. Luna, you got anything to plug?
No.
Luna's naughty today, man. She's perverted today. I don't know, something wrong with this girl.
We already knew that.
Yeah. What about you, Reg? You got anything to plug?
Yeah, you should watch The Morning Wood because it's fucking awesome.
They're already watching it, Reg.
What? Oh, fuck. Yay. See, it worked by advertising. It's just that good. Look. Boom.
Yeah. Boom.
No.
Boom.
Can I get a pay rise? Pay rise? Shit.
Yeah, I'll double what you're making now, buddy.
Fuck yeah. Wait, what? Fuck yeah. No, that's good.
Ending my question, guilty. Oh, valid. My question, guilty. I didn't see your question. If you actually asked one, buddy, I'm sorry. Monty Python meaning a lot. Monty Python is the greatest thing ever. Yes, do what Raisin says.
Landon's asked a question: toast with Vegemite or Marmite? Well, it depends. Both. Just fucking smother it on like fucking road base and go hard.
Yeah. There you go. It's
I couldn't
morning. What, babe?
I'm sorry. No, I was trying to find Marmite over here in Texas, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I was like, fuck. So I told my dad about it. My dad was, ordered some, and it came to his house, and he ate it. He ate all of it. He's like, yeah, that was great.
Yes.
I was
He
like,
fell into the
damn it.
trap.
I know. He's like, I just wanted to try it, and he ate all of it.
I've got like 4 jars of fucking different. There's Vegemite, Marmite, Ozemite, and I'm supposed to send them to Landon, but I'm such a slack ass. I fucking keep forgetting to do it. And then when I realise I've got these things sitting on my fridge, I've got no money to send. It's like, God fucking damn it.
I got a tip. I got a $20 tip from Corky. Says I tip my pimp. By the way, how show was awesome. Thank you. We appreciate that. And we're glad you liked the show. It was a good show today. Very good show.
Mm-hmm.
Had a lot of fun doing it.
Oh, Brian, you haven't tried Blend 17 Vegemite yet. Oh, that's us. Land and Len's tried it. It's fucking awesome.
It was awesome. I don't know what
Pimps
you're
is
talking about.
going. Yeah,
I'm sorry. What does Vegemite taste like?
Pure win. No, I don't know how to describe it. It's just well. Actually, I know what to do. Jump onto YouTube and type in Aaron Ra tries Vegemite and just watch Aaron's reaction and notice the bravado right before he bites into it. And the big mistake was that he just put a little bit on, and then he went, "No, I'm an American," and then he just went and just caked it on, and I just went, rookie mistake, and like the countdown began, and it was his first bite into the toast. He didn't get much, so he's gone, oh, this isn't too bad. And then he fucking gets a full blast of it, and he's just gone, oh, and this is what regret tastes like. And you just see the look on his face. It's like, fucking awesome.
Is it spicy or?
It's very savory, very, 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 very savory. Just it's like and salty, and it's just so hard to fucking describe. Other than you just have to try it and experience it.
What is it?
My father took a
go best with.
On toast, buttered toast would be my and I'm talking tip of your knife and just color the bread slightly and try it, because 99% of people that aren't bought up on it will just go, oh, this is just fucking pig swill.
Yeah, I imagine I would do that whole thick layer of it on a piston.
Yeah, I fucking put it on an inch thick like road base, but I was brought up on the stuff, so it doesn't worry me.
Okay, it's made of beer, right?
Yeast, it's yeast actually.
Yeah, the yeast. Okay, yeah.
And it's popular in Australia, right? Like very popular.
Yep, in Australia, England's got their own version. So's New Zealand's got their own one up now. Is Marmite the English one?
Yeah.
I always fuck those two up. There's one that was Vegemite's the Australian one though. And then there's Marmite and what's the other one? Shit, Brian, help me out here, Brian.
Vagina meat.
What's the Kiwi version? I fucking forget. But there's all sorts of different ones now. There's two sorts of Aussie mite. It's spelled Marmite. Yeah, there's Marmite and fucking Aussie mite, and then there's another Aussie mite. It's just fucking ridiculous now.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. I want to try it.
Yeah, my dad tried the Marmite. Well, obviously, because he ate it all, but he said it was like, he said it was a flavor explosion in his mouth. And I was like, okay.
I want to be a flavor explosion in your mouth.
Oh my God. I think you're going to get it.
Is it bromite? I think it might be bromite, believe it or not. Bromite.
That sounds like an element.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, because I am incredibly tired and I may or may not have been smoking perfectly legal tobacco at some point earlier today. Shit, and perfectly legal. Oh, yeah.
Perfectly legal. Well, shit, all right. Well, we got 7 more minutes. If you got any questions, please ask. Any last tips or whatever, please do it. If you want to send a message, I'll read it out loud. We ain't got but a few more minutes. So, make sure you check out tomorrow's show is Fan Friday, of course. It's when I bring fans on and we just fuck around, basically. And then Monday, we've got, on the 16th, we've got Landon Vadim Newquest, the creator of Creationist Cat. And also we got Brian, British Brian, who's in the chat room. And the 17th, we got Wizard of Calls and my buddy D. And the 18th, we've got Hellbent and Magog. It's supposed to be both on there. And then the 19th, we've got this chick named Soda. And so it should be fun stuff. So make sure you check out next week's show. We appreciate it if you do. Also, like I said, tomorrow, if you want to be on the show tomorrow, if you want to be on Fan Friday, tweet at me on Twitter, and I will see if I can get to you. And and so I guess we're gonna probably go ahead and just end it early. Okay, it's a few minutes early. We appreciate you, Reactor, for joining us.
It's been fun.
Man, it was a good show. Good showing. Luna, thank you as always.
Thank you very much for having me.
Red, I can suck my balls.
Oh my God, you're very rude, sir.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. We appreciate all the support. And I thank you for hitting the like button, the share buttons, and all that good stuff. And so, yeah, I think that's it.